Hey y'all, so it is pretty much full-blown fall season, which really only means one thing, sweet treat season. So that's kind of the theme that we're sticking with today. It's a version of apple pie, but make it healthy. So it's the apple pie minus the pie part, but super simple ingredients, very convenient just to throw together. So let's get right into it. So very simple, very straightforward. We're really only working with 3 ingredients here. We're gonna cut this apple in half. This is just a Honeycrisp apple. Use whatever kind you like. We're gonna roast that at about 350 degrees in the oven for 15-20 minutes, just till it gets kind of soft. But before we pop that in there, we're gonna dust it with some cinnamon and drizzle some honey on there for some sweetness. If you don't have raw honey, you can use some maple syrup. That might actually even be better, just to enhance the flavor, the sweetness a bit. And then if you want for a topping at the end, like to kind of resemble the pie crust type thing, use any kind of granola you have. I love this granola. It's the Purely Elizabeth grain-free granola. So freaking good. Love that. And then I've seen people make versions of this recipe where they top it with yogurt. That's just not dessert to me. So I would recommend like a very just wholesome, pure ice cream. Now that this is healthy, there are some healthy ice creams out there. Halo Top, they make a really good brand of just like line of low calorie ice creams. Very good vanilla ice cream there. If you want, I'll put a picture of it somewhere on the screen so you guys can see it, but every grocery store carries it. Now this one is ice cream for bears. I just recently came across this one, and it's made just with like raw whole milk, raw cream, eggs, just very clean ingredients, but not particularly healthy. So these 2 are optional, but let's get working on the apple. Okay, to be honest, I like apple pie, but I don't cut a lot of apples, and this thing is gargantuan. So, okay, I didn't know if I was gonna get away without cutting myself on that one. Sweet, super simple, cut it straight down the middle. Now obviously this little core right here, don't really know how to get it out, but just use a spoon, kind of make like a few divots. This is like apple surgery. This is also probably frowned upon. Do not do this with a knife. It did work though. All right, I got away with that one. No knife. So just hollow the apples out like this, and then take just a piece of foil or a sheet pan, whatever you have, just so we don't make a mess in the oven. Like this, I just lined a small tray with foil. I'm gonna lay those right there, and then I'm gonna do a little drizzle of honey. There's really no measurements for this part, just drizzle enough to kind of coat it. If you have a pastry brush, you could spread it, but honestly, it's all gonna melt while it roasts in the oven for a little while. So probably 2 teaspoons per half of the apple. Like I said, this one is freaking massive. I think it was taking some steroids, but just wing it. I'm actually gonna put a little maple syrup on this other one. This one has a little bit of honey I just put on there, but I really think the maple syrup will be pretty good. Again, just enough to coat it, and then the cinnamon. I like a lot of cinnamon, and this is just one face of the apple, so I don't feel like you can overdo the cinnamon. That's a lot. That is a lot of cinnamon, but trust me, it's all gonna work out. So put this in the oven, like I said, 15-20 minutes, really until you can poke it with a fork and it's kind of soft. And then we'll throw some ice cream with it, maybe a little granola topping, and we're done. All right, y'all, see the skin is kind of like busting on the side, so they are pretty well done, I think. I'm gonna take them out, let them cool a second, and then I think we'll be ready to go. If anyone were to walk in the house right now, they would think I'm actually making an apple pie. This smells so stinking good. I let these ride in the oven for about 20 minutes, 15 or 20 minutes. I would say it was maybe a little long for one of them, but I don't like to have to work for my dessert. I just kind of want to be able to cut it with a fork or scoop it with a spoon. So, I mean, for me, it was about perfect. One of these looks a little prettier than the other, but that's all right. Priorities, we've got our ice cream. The apples don't look the prettiest, but honestly, they taste so good. I don't think it really matters. She's a stunner. That is gorgeous. It smells perfect. Honestly, this is one of the most exciting desserts I've made because I don't have a big sweet tooth, honestly. But, I mean, the holidays are coming around. I'd prefer not to feel like a sack of shit, but I also want to experience the holidays. So this is exactly that. I hope you guys enjoy it, but I will see you next week.